Okay, so I am on now. That's good. Let me just minimize this and minimize. Open up this. Um, just give me one sec, guys. I'm gonna get set up here. Do the video and stuff, or what I think my perspective is of these new ships that are going to be in the game. Just give me one sec to set that up for you guys. Okay, so there has been a lot of controversy kind of with these ships that are in the game now. Oh, they switched it back with the. Oh no, because I had that thing off. That's right. So generally the line is here without the mod station, but the but the line that we're going to be talking about is right here, where if you don't have the mod, it's located here. Um, so generally, these are the battleships that are going to be added in to the game. Plus, I believe one more that is coming in part 2 of the US Navy Battleship grind. Kind of, I call it grind, but kind of like a grind sort of early access to these battleships. So in part 1, they're still releasing these, so I believe you'll still have access to these ships, the Kansas and the Minnesota. The Minnesota is different than the Kansas. So how you access the Kansas, let me just show you guys before I get into um, doing the how I think these ships will play and stuff like that. So if you're in the World of Warships and you want to get a tier 8, if you like the game, or if you want to start the game, there is a way that you can get an early tier 8 ship. Um, I would highly suggest you do this if you're new or if you like this game, and you like my streams. Um, I would definitely come in at time where it's early access, because like you can complete all the, wait, no, I'm sorry, you can complete these missions if you're have a certain rank in the game. And if you are above tier 5, they'll give you access to these missions. So if you have a ship that's tier 5, like Texas, New York, there's also, I think the only one is Texas that you can buy from the premium shop. I wouldn't buy anything above there, because then you have to like grind up the ranks, and you're pretty much gonna probably get hate on for that. So I would honestly, my friend just did this and he's already ranked up within like a week to get these missions. So, I mean, if you are able to do these missions, or in the future, if there is a dockyard thing, or if there's basically a U.S. battleship line, or a if you see what the devs, or if you look on Natser or Flamu, or there's one more. Yeah, Natser or Flamu will post. They are, I know Natser's connected with 4 Gaming in some sort of way. So he usually posts the updates to these ships in early access, as well as before early access. You can see the ships. You get to um, you get to see the ships in the port. You get to see the ships in the development thing, like how they're going to be set up compared to how they are in the game. These ships are early access as well, and they can be switched after considerably once everybody has the Kansas or everybody has the Minnesota, they can be switched as well. So meaning their play style. So like I have never seen more gaming add more armor to the ships, but they can lessen the reload time of these ships. These ships are generally based off of the Colorado class battleships. I did look them up, and I think they are not real ships, but they are like how they would extend the Colorado class battleships, which I'll show you as well in the armor in the Colorado class compared to the new line that's coming out. So yeah, I would definitely, if you're new to the game, definitely come into the game where you have a tier 5, and it's generally because this says, okay, so if you go down here, 8 days to complete the mission. So you have 8 days or you could do this. Come in the game a week earlier with the Texas. Now you only get one available Texas per person or per account. But come in with the game of Texas and then grind all of the ranks. Get to rank, like, I think it's like rank 8 that you have access to this. Then just grind these missions the next week, and then you're all caught up. You can get a tier 8 in no time, and you don't have to grind in the future. So instead of having North Carolina, you can have a Kansas in a matter of 3. So that's gonna be 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, and this is just extra here. 5 weeks playing World of Warships, you can have a tier 8 ship. If you want to do it that way, I would highly suggest doing it that way. Do the mechanics of the game, and if you want to be at tier 1 shooting like at minesweepers and stuff like that, definitely go from tier 5. My friend did, and he knows how to shoot and destroy ships already, cruisers, without learning the mechanics torpedo wise. He's able to torpedo, so it's easier if you just grind that, do it that way. But if you want to go from World War One to World War Two, with those types of ships, you can as well grind, but it's going to take you a while. So there's no way, if you want to do it this way, you could, the way that I said before, but there's probably no way that you can, by the time they start saying that these ships are being created and they're going to be in the game, you're generally not going to have enough time to grind throughout the whole thing. Get all the ships unless you play nonstop all day, and you get probably a bunch of doubloons, but then you have to pay like $5, $10, $20, $30 just to grind through the whole line, which doesn't make any sense because these ships are generally free and you can get them the tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5. You can get them easily in the game by just grinding. But I would suggest doing it this way, like get tier 5 week before or 2 weeks before. However, figure out your time and figure out how long it's going to take you to complete these missions. You can complete a lot of these in co-op, so that's good. And pretty much they don't really take that long. I mean, I've completed each of these in 2-3 days max. So you're really not, you can probably play 3 hours a day if you do that. I mean, that would take longer, but I'm playing like half a day now, and I'm completing missions within 3 days, 4 days. So I would highly suggest doing that, just because the difference in ships now, plus the premiums that they have, plus the premiums that they're adding, um, it's a lot of it's harder to learn how to play the game with the amount of premium ships in tier 3, in tier 2, currently, like the Mikasa. Um, so basically, you're gonna grind through these lines, and you're gonna get to Kansas. I already grinded through, as you can see, too. This is my 3rd week grinding. I'm gonna be grinding these missions in about a day, so probably Monday. I'm gonna start grinding these, and basically then next week I have access to the Kansas, which is really good idea. Don't wait for the Kansas to come out. If you want to get to Kansas, definitely get it. Um, definitely get it in pre-test, because you have an advantage of trying to figure out your angles, trying to figure out the armor, which I'll explain later, and your playstyle before the whole world, pretty much, the whole NA server, North American server, or the whole Russian server, or whatever, has availability to these ships, depending on their time zones and stuff like that. So, basically, you're going to grind into this line, get this ship. Now, if you go to the armory, you see that, not the armory, I'm sorry, wrong area. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm getting the Salem in a couple months too, so I'll have a review on that ship as well. I'll show you the ship at the end of this video. But if you go to the tech tree, that's right. So if you go to tech tree, I'm just trying to figure out everything. You see that there's generally ships here. So here's the Colorado class. Then comes the Kansas. Then comes the Minnesota. Then comes the Vermont. But you have the Yamato. Oops, that's an event. You have the Yamato down here. You have the Izumo down here. You have the Magi right here, which are all faster battleships. You have the generally faster and more armored in generally what you're going to be shooting at, or your shell type, which I'll get to as well. So you have the Vladivostok, you have the Soviet Soyuz, the Kremlin. Now, this is a good point about here, because if you go up to Japan, look what they have. They have a Nagata. So if you go 8, 9, so if you're playing in tier 8, and that's the tier 8 Kansas that you're going to get for early testing or early access, if you complete those missions that I just showed you, you essentially can be in a Nagato versus Kansas. Now, the Nagato, let's get to the Nagato first and see what you're going to have to do in order of this armor compared to the Colorado's armor. So this outer armor, I'm not going to go into the deeper armor, because you're going to be generally shooting at this armor. And generally, I don't think because of the reload time, you're not going to be getting that many shots in. But so there's an armor belt here, it looks like. Side plating 26. Yeah, this is side plating, not the armor belt. 4 and 26. So this whole side is 26. So if you're shooting fronts, You could shoot front, you could shoot here. I would shoot here, honestly, if HE shells, because you have that limited time and you could burn this more than you can this. Although, if you want to shoot this, you can. I generally win because it's all 26-inch and you're going to have to play it right in the Citadel. Which is not a problem. It's just that you're gonna have to this is all 26 armor and this is 16 millimeters. So this is 26 compared to 16. You could definitely set this on fire faster than shooting at the deck because it's all 26 here and this is 16. But if you go to you're generally with the Kansas. Here's how I'll get the play style. I've been trying to tell so many people this, but it doesn't work because they want to go after every single ship, including Yamato, which is really stupid. So, if you have a slow ship and you're playing in random, 40-second reload time, well, what is your advantages and disadvantages? Your advantage is you're a well-armored ship. Your disadvantage is that you're that reload time. So if you look at the artillery of the Nagato and you go down to get off of this. I think it's right here. Is it gonna load for me or is it gonna here we go. I think this side did it. So if you go to the main battery of the Nagato, you see this thing has a 30-second reload time. So this thing is going to be sending shells at you every 30 seconds. Now, if you go to this ship is down tiered, so it's less of it's fast real time because it's down tiered. It's generally a weaker ship than tier 8's. Whoops, not that. So then you're going to want to go to then you're going to want to look at the Kansas. And the Kansas is a 40-second reload time. If I go to you'll see 40-second reload time, 20, minimum range 20. Hang on, maximum. 40 seconds. There it is. So Nagato is going to be 30. The Kansas is 40 because it's a higher tier ship. But it's a tougher ship than the Nagato because the Kansas is tier 8, the Nagato is tier 7. So you're going to want to go after the Nagato with this ship. Generally, if you go to the armor scheme now and go to the armor layout, you'll see 32 where the Nagato is 26. So you got 32, 273 here, and an armor belt here. So you have a armor thickness here, which is your torpedo belt, which I'll show you more in the dockyard. I'll actually load the dockyard and show you. So basically, Wargaming did not mess up on the armor. They literally made this ship equal to the Nagato at tier 7, which is fine. I mean, if you look at this definitely tier 8 ship because of the armor scheme. Pretty much all around here it's 32, 32. Deck is 32. So you get 32, same as the Nagato, where the Nagato has. So wait, you get. Let me just get this right here. So I'm going to go back here. You get 40-second reload time with this, and you get. Now, bear in mind, every game you're not going to get the Nagato. So you get 32, 32, you get 32 everywhere. Besides superstructure, which is 19, better than the Nagato. and your turrets are 270. I'll get into that in a minute. So generally, the overall thing that you're going to be shooting at is the Nagato. Yes, it's one ship out of many, 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 many other ships, but they did not mess up on the armor. You are literally not supposed to go after another enemy ship, meaning a faster ship in this, because you generally can't catch up with it. Maneuverability, that's your maneuverability 24. Your concealment is 22. Your AA defense is 80, which is kind of good, or better than the anchorage. I think, yeah. So generally, you're not going to even want to go after the Yamato. You can't. You don't have the speed. You don't have the reload time. Or wait, let me see if you do have the reload time. Now you can get into a tier 8 match, and yes, you will go against the Yamato occasionally. Now, I would not suggest at all going against the Yamato in the ship. It would never happen in real life, and it would never happen. The armor is not meant for that. So, if you were to go basically, and bear in mind, you have the West Virginia, you have the California, you have the Kansas, which is also going to be your second ship as well, or another ship that's just like it, Minnesota, Vermont. So you're going to have those ships, and you're going to be against those ships as well. So if you figure, okay, I'm in random, okay, I'm in whatever match. Well, what's your ideal ship to go after? Your ideal ship to go after is the California, is the Nagato, is the Minnesota. Your not ideal ships are the North Carolina, the Iowa, or the Montana, or the Yamato, or the Vladivostok. You should not go after those ships. How Wargaming made this armor is they pretty much took the slow side of ships. So you had the Colorado, you had the Kansas, you have the Minnesota, you have the Vermont. Yes, there is not a California at tier 7 or tier, but the California is tier. Let me see what the California is. The California is a tier, let's see, V22, so I think it's tier 7. Yeah, tier 8, actually, right? No, my bad, that's Massachusetts. Yeah, V22, so it's tier 7. So the California is going to be against Kansas. It's going to be in a tier 7 match. So it can be up tiered by 2, down tier by 1. So you can have a California in a tier 6 match. You can have a California in a tier 8 match. And yes, you will do less damage, but your ideal playstyle for these slower ships is not to go after the North Carolina, the Iowa, the Montana, the Yamato, the Vladivostok, the Kremlin. All those ships are big, yes, but they're much more armored than you are, and you're going to have a hard time killing them because your ship is not meant to go after that ship. Your ship is meant to go after the Nagato, the Kansas, So if you like playing slow ships, yes, you can go after cruisers. Yes, you can go after destroyers because they're going to come at you and they're going to try to torpedo you. Now, how you would negate that damage is, let me go to dockyard real quick and show you. Let me go to not the dockyard, but the port, dockyard port. So where's that dockyard port? Let me just naval base actually. One sec, guys. So this is the naval base I was showing you guys before. So basically, you're looking at the ship, right? And you see there's a little bump here. That's your torpedo armor belts that you have, your torpedo protection, which cuts the torpedo damage in half if it hits that. So you're basically aiming essentially right up to here for torpedoes. So if you want, and torpedoes can hit here, you won't get that half damage, but torpedoes can. Is there any way I can turn the sound down so you guys can hear me better? Let me see. Hang on, guys. Let me turn my sound effects. Engine sounds, not only that, voice message, ambient sounds. There we go. I'll turn that back up once I'm done with this video. But so you're basically with these ships, you're basically aiming right here. Right, it's kind of hard to tell on this ship, but it's right over here. So basically, do not let a torpedo hit your front. Do not let a torpedo hit right here or right here. You're going to want your torpedoes, your enemy torpedoes, to hit generally where that line is. So right, it's really, really hard to see on this, but right here is where it starts. So anywhere behind here up to, I believe, right. It's right hard to tell back here with the way the sun is. Yeah, all the way in the front there where I showed you up to trying to find where it. Oh no, let me. Yeah, so let me take the outer layer off here. Let's see where this. Yep, torpedo bulkhead. So this is what you're going to be aiming for. This is where the torpedo belt is, or your torpedo bulkhead. So anywhere here up until here is where you're going to want your torpedoes, enemy torpedoes, to hit. If they hit here or here or anywhere in front of this, the part that's highlighted, you'll get full pin damage to what that torpedo can do in that area. So try to make your torpedoes hit here if you can. Now, if you go back to the Kansas, let me take this armor scheme off and put this actual thing back on here. So if you go back to the Kansas, same thing. Kansas. You go to Kansas here. Don't let your torpedoes hit anywhere over here. Try and make them hit here. This is your torpedo bulkhead, which is going to protect you until here from torpedoes, pretty much. It's going to cut damage in half. Now, if you go to your Nagato, let's say you're just curious how this is compared to the California. Okay, so now you saw the California, you saw the Kansas torpedo belt. Now you're going to want to go to the Colorado and see what that torpedo belt is. So that torpedo belt is right here. So your torpedo belt, you can see the same torpedo belt pretty much in the same area. If you go to armor layup, you're going to see torpedo belt right here. This is your torpedo bulkhead right here. And if I take off this, that should be your torpedo. Yep, Citadel torpedo bulkhead right down there. So this is where Colorado, where that torpedo bulkhead is. And I can even go to the Nagato, which is a tier which is the same tier as the Colorado, and show you where that is. So generally, it's going to be a different type of play style for players that want to play these ships. If you love the Nagato, then go with the Nagato. If you love any other ship, then go with that ship. This is not a video to tell you guys what ship you should buy or what ship you shouldn't buy. Just showing you guys the armor belt, and these ships are equal to compared to the other ships. They are not weaker. They do not have weaker armor, essentially, than Colorado. Yes, it should have stronger armor, and we're going to look at that in a second. Let me just show you the Citadel torpedo bulkhead right here. So your Citadel torpedo bulkhead on this ship is right here. So that's half the amount of damage if your torpedoes, if the enemy shoots the torpedoes and you angle your ship for the torpedoes to hit in this essential area right here, the area that's highlighted, Citadel torpedo bulkhead right there, you get half the amount of damage, like I said earlier. Then if you go here, let me just show you the do I have my video on? Let me just see real quick, guys. I'm typing YouTube right now. Okay, we're good. So generally, these ships, compared to the Nagato, compared to the other ships, are not at all weak. They are comparing them to the Nagato, to the Colorado. They are not comparing these ships to the North Carolina, the North Carolina, or the Iowa, Montana, Yamato, Kremlin. Those ships are not going to be comparable to these ships because they're not even the same build on the ships. They're not built the same way. These are slower battleships. So you're going to have to change your play styles. Yes, it's going to be a shorter game. Yes, you shoot however many shells out of your turrets per 40 seconds. But that's the way every ship does it in terms of 40-second reload time. Nagato has 30. Colorado has... Let's go to the Colorado and see what that one has. And then we'll do a test on the thing. Now, same style, same play style. You're probably going to be versing the Nagato as well. because you're tier 8, you go down tier. No, you go down tier 1. So you're going to be versing the. You're not going to be versing the Nagao anymore once you go up to the other ship. But you're going to be doing. And I'll show you guys what I mean by playstyle and whatever with my West Virginia and California. If we get lucky and have the. Actually, I'm going to add the Colorado in there, plus the 2 torpedo ships, and show you guys. Or, yeah, I'm going to add torpedo ships in there, and then I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to add tier 1 in there just because. Show you guys where you're going to want them to hit. Now, I can't show my. Yeah, I'm going to put same tier. And just show you guys, I might die, but I'm going to show you guys where they actually need to hit. So you're going to go to, now you're wondering, okay, I have the Colorado, and like, what other ship do I have? Well, I have the West Virginia. So you have the West Virginia also, that is in tier above that. So you have the West Virginia, you have the California. So you're generally probably not going to see the West Virginia, but just to show you guys the same playstyle. Armor layout. You got this Citadel torpedo bulkhead right here. So you just aim the torpedoes right here on the ship, and it's half damage. Or core damage, whatever the reduction is if the torpedoes hit that area. So now you're going to go up to Minnesota. And the Minnesota is a larger, rounder ship. And you could go against. Okay, so if you're in Minnesota, the bad part about this is you lose a tier. So with the, let me show you guys. So it's up by, with Minnesota, it's up by 1. It's not up by 2 because there's no tier 11 here. So it's up 2, down 1, I think. Yeah. So you're going to be pretty much aiming for the Kansas. Now, I'm not sure, but I think you could still have the Colorado and the Nagao in these matches. So, pretty much, as you guys see, any tier that has these ships in them, you're always going to have a slow ship if you do play these ships. So, just go out. I think he's hunting. Just go out to those ships, and you could pretty much go after them. Now, if you do if you go to Minnesota, so you see now it's down 1, up 2. So that means if the Minnesota goes to a tier 7 match, then you have the Colorado. If the Kansas goes down 1, you still have the Colorado. So if you guys realize in any game, you have at least 1 or 2 or 3, which you don't normally get. You normally get, I think, 2. I'm not sure how it's going to be, but I think generally 2, possibly. It depends on the amount of people playing certain ships. So, as you guys see, down 2, up 1, up 2, down 1. Sorry. You're always going to have a slow ship in a match. Now, here's the problem. If you play the most of the lines, for some reason, most of the majority of people play fast, unarmored ships. like the North Carolina, the Iowa, and the Montana. All these ships are armored differently. They're faster. They have certain amount of gun penetration. People just love them. So you might, hence might, be in battles where you have this. So just hide behind a mountain or hide somewhere, be stealthy and shoot. That's not going to be every game, but that's going to be most likely a majority of games where you have the fast battleships. Because the way the introduction to these ships is going now, most people aren't going to even play these ships. So you're not going to have mostly these tier games where you have a majority of Colorado, Nagato. Now, yes, there's a higher chance of you being down tiered at tier 7, Colorado, and then playing the Colorado more against the Kansas than the Minnesota, than any other ship. But if you go up tier as well, you can still have the same thing, but you have down tier up 1 or down tier 2 down 1. So if you go up tier 2 down tier 1 with this, you still get access. So I don't see what the problem is here with, yes, it's different play style. Yes, they have 40-second reload, but so does the Nagato. So does Colorado. So if you go to Minnesota now, and I'm not going to even go here because Famu did that, but go to Minnesota. You look at the Minnesota's armor scheme. You see where the belt armor is, right? It's not right here. It's not. You can see it with the sun a little bit. It's right. Let me see. It's right about here. Let me guess. I think it's right there. If you look at the way the ship is portioned. Oh yeah, it's definitely right. I'm gonna guess right here. You guys can guess as well. It's gonna be right over here, somewhere, like right on that dot there. Oh, let's go to the armor layout. Oh, we look at that. Citadel torpedo bulkhead. So we were right. It's right on above that gun there. So basically, or right under the gun. So basically, same playstyle against slower ships. Now you're always, if you play the Minnesota in co-op, if you play the Nagato, if you play the Colorado, you're always going to have the same tier ship. So you're always going to have your second or something like it. So you can have the Nagato, you can have the Kansas, you can have the Minnesota, you can have the whatever against you, as long as it's tier up by 2, down by 1. So as long as you're in that range, you can always have access to those ships. Yes, these ships are slow. Now let's go to the speed. So, but before we do that, let's go to the Vermont, which is also being added, plus another ship that is also being added. I think it's, I don't know what ship it is, but there's another heavy battleship like Minnesota that's being added, or I think like the Kansas or something that's being added into the game. It's a slower battleship like these, but you get it's a premium, so you get it for free if you complete the missions. So now, obviously, with this, there's your armor belt, there's your torpedo belt. So really, you're always going to have a slow battleship in the game, no matter what tier you're playing, no matter what thing you're playing. They always make it fair somehow. Now there could be a chance where, for some reason, and I say for some reason because I don't know Wargaming's randomness, where you're gonna have a tier 8, but it's gonna be a faster tier 8. So it's gonna be, let's say, you're at tier 10, you're gonna have a, I don't know, Minnesota, or let's just say a fast battleship, just hide and shoot. It's only that one game. But the majority of the games still have these slow battleships. Yes, it's an annoying line to play, but you still have the. Now, here's how I'll get it. When you ever play a ship that was being built or that was planned to be built, I haven't looked into these ships that much, so I don't know if they were planned to be built or they're fake. But I think they were planned to be built, from what I'm hearing. But I'm not sure. So if you go to now, basically, when you ever have this line or a fake line where you have the Russian battleship line, that makes absolutely no sense. It's just a copy of the American line. Come on, people. If you go to the Russian line, right? So just like the North Carolina, the Vladivostok, totally front to armor, fine. Against the Yamato, no. But the majority of ships aren't going to be shooting at you. You're going to bounce their shells in the front. You're going to get citadels on the side. Same with the Vladivostok. All of the side of the Vladivostok, which is a fake ship, is citadel. So this whole side is citadel. Under the guns is citadel, depending on your gun. So you could pretty much shoot anywhere on this side and get a citadel, in my opinion, with the Massachusetts. That is possible. Or, you could shoot down here more. Basically, it's if you look at the gun turret, this is your citadel. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about. So if you go to the armor layout, and you take, that's your citadel, so you take that off, you take this off, you take this off, that's armor plane. You take this off, I think. That's your gun. Leave your guns on. No, take your guns off. And take that on. I think it's this. Yeah, it's that. So, okay, that's the front of this. Foreign plating. So what plating is that? There we go. So basically, either you have under the guns, which I'll show you guys shortly, or you have back here, this is all citadel. That is definitely available for you to shoot at. So I've never played the Americans rather than these fake ships, because basically this is just a copy of the American line. I don't know what the heck this armor layout is here, but this is just a copy ship of the American line. Massachusetts playstyle, just a little slower, possibly, or same speed. I'm not sure, but this video is not for that. So basically, same American line. So this is the Russian line at tier 8 is basically based off of the American line on battleships. Now I'm going to jump in a match and show you guys what happens in co-op. I'm not going to go into random because of the randomness and the amount of videos, the amount of things I have to play to get one of these ships in a random match. But if you go to California, let's go to California. Oh, and the reason why this is part 1, guys, is because I'm going to show you guys after the ship is released, after the Kansas is released, and I believe after the Minnesota is released, I'm going to show you the playstyle of those in the matches. And show you guys what I mean by angling and torpedo-wise, if you can get it like that. So let's jump into a battle. I'm going to jump into a co-op battle first and show you guys, see if I can show you in co-op. If not, I'm going to jump in a random battle and see if I can show you what I mean in random. So let's do it. Okay, so you can see here that we have another California in the match. So you can see how the equal co-op matches are compared to the ship that you use. So we're going to go like this. So our plan for this map is to generally go straight because they usually put the California in the same position you are at. So the computer California is going to be in the same area. Now, what you're going to want to do here is switch to this ship is really good with HE. So you're going to want to switch to HE definitely with the first start of the map. And watch what happens. And we have a carrier in this map, it sounds like. Yep, right over there. Requesting assistance. Destroyer does need assistance. So what you're going to want to do now is after you see the line up here, shoot at destroyers. Turn. The reason why you're turning is because you don't want to be close to a destroyer because they have faster torpedoes, faster time. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to hit them with HE so they burn and die before they get to you. Or burn and sink, I should say. Where is the California? There we go. On fire. Cool stuff. I think the California is behind there somewhere. Battleships. So, and another good thing too with these guys is you can make this ship go straight and keep your back guns as a last resort. So, shoot with your front guns and wait until your back guns. So, like, once your front guns die, shoot with your back guns. Or once your front guns are dead, as long as you can shoot with your front, save your back for a last resort. So you're going to shoot the Fiji. And this happens occasionally too. We're just running ships. Now, there's California. like a Cunningsburg here. So what I'm going to do is switch to AP. The reason why I did that was because California is all the way up there. So I'm just angling towards him. And then what I'm going to do now is use this guy as a hit basically a shield. And then do this actually. This guy's angled. So what I'm going to do is tell my guns to, or tell the ship to switch back to HE after I shoot. So now I'm going to shoot. Hopefully hit him. Okay, we did decent damage. It's like not really damage, but then you get the hat where you get that happening. So always look out. Don't watch your shots with these things. Now there's enemy California, so you're gonna switch back to HE, and he's shooting at me now. So I already have HE loaded. So what I'm gonna do is decide. He has more of a side to me right now, so I can shoot HE. I do not want to shoot AP because I don't. There's an armor belt right there, and there's a torpedo boat where the ships ricochet, where the ship shells ricochet on. And you could have that happen as well, where the turrets get damaged. So now I'm going to go straight. Look for torpedoes.
Problem solved, sir.
Shoot again. So you can see, pretty much, he has the same real time as I do, and I'm just like bouncing his shells right now. Sort of the same real time. Oh, it is the exact same real time, despite my setup on my captain. You're not gonna now at this point. You're gonna want to probably angle and triangle because I don't want to give him my broadside. So I want to slow down, but still be angled, but be able to pass him like that, and then speed up again, and not give him so much of a broadside there to shoot at. And get to his back as quickly as possible. Repair.
The ship is on fire.
Keep secondaries on him, and send out a fire, and he's almost dead.
Problem solved, sir.
You're able to kill them, and I lose besides this stupid Königsberg right here. Heal. Show him your. Oh, if he didn't die, then I would have showed you, but. Yeah, so basically, you would have the speed because by the time you got back here, you'll have at least. Now, what you would do, which is probably really slow down and turn ship so it turns faster. What I'm going to do now is actually go after the Vladivostok. go to the Pyotr Valkyrie, I think, which is over there, and I see 2 ships are over there. Now, by the time I get over there, they're gonna pretty much die. So I'm gonna go. I mean, they're not gonna die, but so I'm the opposite way right now. So I'm gonna turn around, put my fighter, because I want to start aiming at that carrier instead of going over there and killing those ships, because I have the range too. So let's see here. Where is the carrier? Carrier is right here. Carrier is right. So now you see him coming out. So, and then you can just do this when you're going towards the carrier. Just shoot HE at a faster ship, try to get out his engine, or set him on fire. But stay angled to them because your sides are weak. It's AP. At least I think your sides are mainly weak, so you're gonna want to angle a little bit. He's still alive. Oh, they kill the carrier, right? Wow, I know that. I wonder why I can't see him. And the fire should, or my teammates should kill him. There you go. Alright, so now it's just me, that conning over there, and the destroyer, and the carrier. So I'm gonna go at range. Stick with HE, because it's the lower tier ship. Heal, just in case he gets Citadel. She shouldn't. Just want to be safe. And that was a recoil. So if you stay angled, the conic shells will recoil on you. This is generally a faster battleship and a faster. I think it's a faster battleship, but I see that that's starting to not go well. So you switch to AP. You have a 30-second reload time, but and he's gonna ram him much. There you go. So that's basically your playstyle. That's basically the way to do it with your playstyle, just angle and have fun. I mean, it's not going to be, these ships are obviously not meant to credit burn, but they are part of the US Navy history. So not putting them in the game would be a bad idea. Because if anybody served in the Colorado, like a Navy vet, and their favorite ship is the Colorado, well, the ship is in the game because how our game works, it's not going to be compatible with the other ships. But if you served on it, when you want to use that, so that's how I look at it. So these ships, from what I showed you guys, they are not weak. They are equal to their own counterparts, which means Nagato, Colorado, Kansas, Minnesota, and Vermont. Plus, the new ships are coming out, which is plus the other new ship that's coming out, which is let me show you guys actually. I think it's no, it's not Florida. Oh, and Florida's a weak ship, so you're gonna have no problem with Florida. Big deck, very small amount of guns. From what I've heard and seen and thought, it's not really the best ship. These are the ships that you're gonna want to watch out for in the next update. So if I can even show you the new ship that's coming out, it's pretty cool. So you get this ship by. Okay, I gotta show you the early access of the other thing too. So the Kansas you get by combat missions. This ship you get by completing crates. Now, how this works generally is if you have it open, either they give you a crate to open, or with an amount of coal. Yeah. All right, sure.
With tomatoes and avocados.
Yeah.
Tomatoes, avocados, and croutons.
Yes, that works.
Chicken.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll bring it right now.
All right. We'll have Max in here. Bye, Max. So let me just show you guys the Vermont and see if I can get. I might be able to. When did the Vermont is in the tech tree? I don't think it is yet, but I want to see if it is in the US Navy tech tree. Alabama. What was Vermont on? West Virginia, Indianapolis, Enterprise, Georgia, Salem, which I'm getting. Am I getting the Salem or am I getting the? I think I'm getting Salem. I'll show you that ship too. The ship that I'm gonna get with coal. I'm just trying to look for the No, it's not in here so far. I guess it has to be in the game to be added to this, or maybe not. But if you go to the news here, you'll see that there is a let me go here. No, that's not it. There we go. So this is a new set. So this is gonna be your 3 or 4. Yeah, this can be your 4 things that you have to complete to get the ship. And the military camo for it. This is also being updated. The port is being updated. More of like a foggy look. So now, same idea. Find the armor belt. Do the same thing with this ship as well, because this ship is going to be slow. But find you get 2 up front, it looks like, and 3. This can be an interesting ship to play, because you get 3. I can't see the back, but I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably the same way in the back. 6, 7, 8, 9. You get 10 shells hanging towards your enemy, or plus more, depending on the amount of turrets and the amount of gun barrels. So pretty much the same thing. And this ship will be released next update. So pretty much these ships, to me, are not overpowered. They're not underpowered. You just gotta figure out a way to play them against their own tier, against their own type of ship. So against the Nagao, against the, like I said, Minnesota, Florida. Hey, thank you. Yummy.
Yeah, it's delicious. Chicken, avocados.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So against the Minnesota, let me get this right. Hang on. So against So pretty much, I don't know what tier. Let me see what tier that's going to be in, so I can give you guys an idea while he eats, or no, after I eat. I mean, before I eat. So this ship is going to be. They say it's going to be in tier. Let's see. That's not it. This ship is going to be in tier. Let's see. Where did I go for that? No, missions. News. That's right. So the ship that they're adding should be between tier 7 and tier 10. So if you go to 9.10, this should have it. Tier V, tier 7, it was like. So tier, no, 5. No. What tier is this? Let's find out. Tier V. So I think that's tier 5. Which is cool because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, it's going to be a tier 5 ship. So tier 5 premium ship that you can get for free if you complete that, which probably everybody's going to unless you don't want to complete it. So, but here's the fun part. You still get the Arizona. You still get the Nagato. Up by 2. So you still get to play against the Nagato and against the Arizona. And you get up tiered by 2 for that too. So, I mean, no, you don't scratch that. You get updated by, so this is going to be the tier. So you're against basically New York, the New Mexico, the Colorado. You're not against maybe. No, you're not going to. So yeah, maybe it might be against Colorado because you go, but yeah, you're definitely going to be against Colorado. But they're not going to put you in a tier 8 match because that's 3 up. So 2 down, 1. Yeah. So 2 down, 1 back, basically. So you're pretty much going to have tier 5 ship against New Mexico or Colorado. Or if you go to the Japan side, you'll have it next to the tier 5. So you're going to have, you're still going to be against Nagato. So you're always going to have an slow ship in the match with you, as well as the Oklahoma. That's how they do it in co-op. Now, it might be switched, I'm not sure, but how I see it is you're always going to have an availability to have a slower ship in a match. Now, whether your team's going to kill that ship before you can kill it, that all depends on the match, but you're always going to have a ship in there. So I don't think any of these ships are overpowered or underpowered at all. I think they're equal compared to the Nagato, compared to the ships of the same tier. Now, yes, it's going to probably be weaker armor than the Nagato, so you have to angle a certain way and stuff like that. But you still have that armor belt. You still have that torpedo belt. You should still have it. Once I get the ship, like I said, I will show you guys the part 2. The part 2 is going to be on the Kansas, and the and I'll make a part 3 even, so I could show you guys the or possibly a part 3. I don't know yet, but there's definitely going to be a part 2. and that's gonna be, I think, in 2 weeks. So really, you're not. I mean, does this have an armor belt as well in New York? Just for, well, I mean, just for crap. Does this have an armor belt? So you're not going to really be overpowered in any sort of way because Congo, armor layout, armor thickness, side plane, take off the side plane, distributor torpedo bulge, armor belts, citadel plating. So this does not have a torpedo belt, but the New York should have one. Well, the Fuso should have one. I think New York should. Let me go to New York. So it's not really, wargaming did not really screw up these ships. It's just a different playstyle, and whether you get to the ship before your teammates do or not depends on your playstyle. Generally, I'll be going for whatever I can get my shots onto, and angling, but this is one way to compensate if you do not know how to play slower ships. This is a way that I think is going to generally work. So you get tier 5. Let's see this tier 5. I'm not going to buy it. But let's just see the armor, if there's an armor belt on this. And then I'll show you guys the ship that I'm working up to, which is going to take 2 months to get. So basically, let's see, take the armor thickness off of this. Let me see. And so yeah, that should be your Citadel torpedo. So same thing with New York. So if you're playing with New York, it's the same thing, same play style. So if you know how to play the New York, most likely you're going to know how to play this other ship. So it's pretty much equal depending on what tier you guys play. So it's different, yes, and it's going to be annoying at first, but once you get the hang of it, you will know how to play these ships. And for the fun of it, we added in faster battleships so you could shoot them as well. So these ships aren't underpowered, they aren't under armored. You just need to know how to play them compared to any other ship that you would play. Like, you got used to fast battleships. Now you gotta get used to this. It's just how wargaming works, and how this game works. So that's about it, guys. And the last thing I'm going to show you, I think, is the Tier 10 Salem, which I am going to get in the armory. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's going to be, here, let me show you. So it's a coal ship, and I'm going to do a review on this as well as the Titrabani. I think tomorrow or Monday. Tomorrow or Monday, definitely. Where's the Salem? Here, let me go up and down too far. We're gone. Here we go. This is the ship I'm gonna get. So I need 180 to get this ship in my port, which is gonna take me roughly 2 months to do, but it's a good ship. Plays like the Atlanta, kind of, from what I read. So that's the next ship I'm gonna be getting, guys. I'll just show you pictures real quick. You can pause if you want. So thanks for watching the stream, guys. And it's not a rant about people complaining about these ships. They're actually really good ships compared to the Tech-Tree counterparts. So just wanted to say that. So none of you guys think, oh, this is a trash line and pretty much a floating island. It's not. Nagao is a floating island. The Kansas, everything's a floating island. You just need to know how to play them. So thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Let me get to my thing here, and then, oops, not that. I think it's on here. Yeah, it's up here. End stream.